Welcome to my YouTube channel. Myself, Abhijit Uttam Zadhav from Gokhale Education Societies, HL Junior College, HL Township, Nasik. This is our second video. In this video lecture series, we will see the second part of lesson number 8, respiration and circulation. In this video, we will see following contents. Circulatory system in human. Human circulatory system or blood vascular system consists of mainly these three parts, that is blood vessels and heart. First of all, we will see blood vessels. Last time we have seen blood. In human circulatory system, there are three types of blood vessels: arteries, veins, and capillaries. Arteries. Artery carry oxygenated blood from heart to various parts of body. But the pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood from heart to lungs. Artery is deeply situated in the body, as well as the artery is thick walled. Now look here, the artery divides into arteriole and the arteriole divides into capillaries. But few arteries like radial artery of forearm, brachial artery of upper arm, and femoral artery in thigh are superficially situated. Veins. Vein carry deoxygenated blood from various parts of body to heart, but pulmonary vein carries oxygenated blood from lungs to heart. Capillaries forms venule and venule will form or convert into vein. Vein is superficially situated in the body. Vein is thin-walled. Portal vein. Example, hepatic portal vein carry deoxygenated blood from the capillaries of stomach, intestine, spleen, and pancreas to capillaries in the liver. The main function of portal vein is to deliver deoxygenated blood to liver to be detoxified further before it returns to heart. Now we'll see transfer section of artery, also called as tears of artery. In tears of artery, we can observe three layers. The first layer is called as tunica externa. It is the outermost layer. It is thick, tough layer made up of collagen fibers. The second layer is the middle layer, that is tunica media. It is thick layer. It is made up of smooth muscles and elastic fibers. Due to this property, the wall of artery is pulsatile. The third and the internal layer is tunica interna. It is made up of single layer of flat endothelial cells which surrounds the lumen. The lumen is narrow and is devoid of valves. Therefore, blood flows rapidly and with high pressure. Tessellation. The inner margin of lumen show closely fitted polygons in the patterns without gaps. Now look here. Here tessellations are present, means the inner margin of the lumen shows closely fitted polygons in a pattern without gaps. Transverse section of vein or tiers of vein. In tiers of vein, we can observe three layers. Tunica externa, that is outermost layer, which is thick, tough layer made up of collagen fibers, just like the artery. The second layer, that is the middle layer, tunica media, it is thinner layer. It is made up of smooth muscles and elastic fibers. The third layer is tunica interna, that is internal layer. The lumen of vein is wide, contain valves at regular intervals. Therefore, blood flows slowly and with low pressure. Look here, valves are present. Now the third vessel is capillary or capillaries. Capillary is a minute blood vessel. It is thin-walled, made up of single layer of squamous epithelium cells resting on basement membrane, which is stretchable, involved in exchange of materials. Blood flows with high pressure in capillaries. Diapedesis. It is a process in which WBCs can escape from the walls of capillaries as it contain small pores or fenestrae. Now we will see heart. Heart is the main pumping organ of circulatory system. Heart is reddish brown in color. It is hollow. It is muscular. The average weight in male or males is 300 grams. In females, it is 250 gram. Heart is mainly conical in shape. It lies in the space between two lungs, that is called as mediastinum. It is broader at upper end and conical at lower end. Now we'll see wall of heart and pericardium. Heart is enclosed in a sac called pericardium. Now look here. This is the pericardium and this is the heart which is enclosed in this pericardium layer. It consists of two layers, outer fibrous pericardium and the inner serous pericardium. The serous pericardium is soft, moist, elastic and made up of squamous epithelium cells. It is divided into two layers, parietal layer and the visceral layer. Look here, the parietal layer and the visceral layer. These two layers are separated by a space called pericardial space or cavity. This pericardial cavity is filled with pericardial fluid. Look here, this is the pericardial fluid. Near about 50 ml of pericardial fluid is present. This fluid or pericardial fluid acts as shock absorber and protects the heart from mechanical injuries. and keeps the heart moist. Wall of heart is made up of three layers: outer epicardium, middle myocardium, and the third inner endocardium. First of all, we'll see outer epicardium. So this is the outer epicardium layer. Epicardium is the outer thin layer and is made up of flat squamous epithelium cells. The main function of epicardium is protection. Middle myocardium. Now look here, this whole layer, this thick layer is myocardium. Okay, so myocardium is the middle thick layer made up of cardiac muscles. So these are nothing but the cardiac muscle. That's why it is thick. The myocardial layer or myocardium layer helps in contraction and relaxation of the heart. The third layer, that is inner endocardium. Look here, this is the inner endocardium layer. The endocardium layer is the innermost thin layer and is made up of squamous epithelium cells. The main function is protective. Now we'll see the external structure of heart. We know human heart is a four-chambered. The two superior chambers are called as atria or also called as auricles. So these are the two auricles. This is left atrium and this is the right atrium. The atria are receiving chambers and the ventricles are pumping chambers. Externally, the atria are separated from ventricles by a transverse groove. Look here, this is the groove, transverse groove, called as coronary sulcus or atrioventricular groove. The two ventricles are extremely or externally separated from each other by two grooves. Look here, these two grooves, anterior and posterior interventricular sulci. Coronary arteries and coronary veins runs through these sulci. Pulmonary trunk arises from right ventricle. Look here, this is the pulmonary trunk which arises from right ventricle, and the aorta, look here, the aorta arises from left ventricle which is present on anterior surface of heart. The pulmonary trunk, this is the pulmonary trunk. The pulmonary trunk bifurcates. Look here, this pulmonary trunk bifurcates. So one of the branch is called as left pulmonary artery and the other branch is called as right pulmonary artery. So the pulmonary trunk bifurcates into right and left pulmonary arteries. Now we'll see the external structure of heart, in that aorta, also called as systemic aorta. So the aorta or systemic aorta is divisible into three regions as the ascending aorta, the systemic or aortic arch, and the descending aorta. The systemic or aortic arch gives out three arteries. Look here, these are the three arteries. Brachiocephalic artery, this is the brachiocephalic artery. This one is the left common carotid artery. and the third is the left subclavian artery. In the external structure of heart, the ligamentum arteriosum joins pulmonary artery and aortic arch. Look here. It is the remnant or the leftover part of an embryonic duct called ductus arteriosus. In fetus, the ductus arteriosus carries blood away from the lungs. So in fetus, the ductus arteriosus carries blood away from the lungs, not to this side, or it carries the blood away from the lungs to the aorta side and sends it directly to the body. When a newborn breathes and begins to use lungs, the ductus is no longer needed and it get converted into ligamentum arteriosum. Now in external structure of heart, the right atrium receives veins. Look here, this is the right atrium. It will receive superior vena cava and inferior vena cava along its dorsal surface. The right and left pulmonary veins, look here, these are the right and left. This is the right and this is the left pulmonary veins, and it opens into left atrium. This is the left atrium along the dorsal surface of heart. Now we'll see the internal structure of heart. We know atria, the upper chambers, also called as auricles. Singular is atrium. The auricles, these two are nothing but the auricles. They are thin walled receiving chambers, that is left atrium and the right atrium. They are separated by interauricular septum. Look here, they are separated by the interauricular septum. Interauricular septum has an oval depression. So in this interauricular septum, there is an oval depression called fossa ovalis. It is the remnant or leftover part of the embryonic aperture called foramen ovalis. Superior and inferior vena cava and the coronary sinus, somewhere here coronary sinus is present, opens into right atrium. Now internal structure of heart, that is in auricles or atria. Inferior vena cava is guarded by eustachian wall. So look here, inferior vena cava. So this is the inferior vena cava. So somewhere here it is guarded by this wall called as eustachian wall. The opening of coronary sinus, look here, somewhere here the coronary sinus is present in the right atrium, which is also guarded by a wall called as Thebetian valve. In internal structure of heart, the left pulmonary vein, that is 2, okay, so here pulmonary veins, that is 2, and the right pulmonary veins, that is also 2. So here right pulmonary veins, that is totally 4 pulmonary veins opens into left atrium. So all these 4 pulmonary veins opens into this left atrium. Look here, these openings are without walls, means the openings of these pulmonary veins, right and left, are without valves. Both left atrium, so this is the left atrium and this is the right atrium, opens into ventricles on their respective sides. These openings are guarded by cuspid valves. The tricuspid valve is present in between right atrium and right ventricle. So here tricuspid valve is present. Whereas the bicuspid valve or mitral valve, look here, bicuspid valve or mitral valve is present in between left atrium and the left ventricle. All these valves avoid backward flow of blood. Ventricles, thick-walled pumping chambers. There are two ventricles, as we know, left ventricle and right ventricle. They are separated by interventricular septum. The wall of the left ventricle is more thicker than the wall of right ventricle. The inner surface of ventricles show several ridges called trabeculae carneae or columnae carneae. This divide the lumen of ventricle into small pockets. The lumen of ventricles also show inelastic fibers called chordae tendineae. It is attached to tricuspid and bicuspid valves to the wall, that is papillary muscles, and regulates their opening and closing. The right ventricle opens into pulmonary aorta or trunk. Left ventricle opens into aorta. These openings are guarded by three semi-lunar valves each. These valves prevent the backward flow of blood into the ventricles. I hope you have understood all the contents of this topic. Thank you.